Hey folks, and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. On our last episode, we had paid Nilo a visit at the Grand Theatre and saw her amongst others preparing for the Sabceres festival. We also saw Catherine there and learned some tidbits about the Goddess of Flowers. So, with that wee tidbit in mind, let us continue henceforth, well, onwards to Port Ormos. But before that, there are some NPCs here at Pardes Daya? The eye? I don't know how to say it, that I would like to talk to because, well, it's going to be quite a trip all the way to Port Ormos after all, so may as well enjoy the scenery on the way to there. Anyway, Dana, days feel like years while I wait for this. What are you waiting for? An outcome that will decide my future. It's my application to remain in school after graduation. So, are you going to remain a student, or... I heard the competition to join the academia has been growing in intensity. People are giving recommendations to Miss Chemia every day. I wonder if I still have a chance. No, I must stay confident. Based on the results of my final paper, I still have quite the advantage. Tell me about your results. It was on Parisara. Do you know that there are very few plantations of Parisara due to its harsh requirements for the environment? If it's possible to develop a stabler variety, then it'll be able to greatly improve the efficiency of growing Parisara. I proposed quite an effective solution in my graduation paper. If I could stay in school and continue my research after graduation, I'm certain that I'll be able to make a bigger breakthrough. Sounds like a plan. Hearing you say this, I feel a bit more relieved. Anyway, I've done the best I could, now it's all up to destiny. By the way, these are the Parisara I cultivated during my research. Smells amazing, right? Please take them as a gift. I just hope all our wishes will come true. Wishes? You mean gotcha? At this point in time. No, that was pretty neat. Oh, a merchant. Hey there, Firat. The environment here is so nice that I even feel like staying and attending classes. Studying is a good thing. In my opinion, it's half and half. If you're good at studying, you don't have to worry about making a living. But if you are too good, I hear there's a risk of going mad. So it's best for an ordinary person like me to just look for a job that suits me. Oh right, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm a supplier and I mainly provide parties DI with basic supplies. You can contact me too if you need any daily necessities. I'll keep that in mind. Good, looking forward to hearing from you then. If not for the business, we can still shake hands for becoming friends. Please accept this gift, accept this as a gift from me. I'm sure it'll be useful someday. What did we get? Oh. A Negatus Emerald at a fragment, huh? That could be useful. Anyway, Hazem. It's so difficult for students to buckle down nowadays. Hello. Hi, you got any questions? Go ahead. You're not a student here to ask questions? That's great. Can't students ask some questions? Of course they can, but it matters what kind of questions they're asking. The students nowadays, they are asking questions before even reading through their textbooks. Is it so hard to know the basics first? These little bastards keep bothering me. Even my good temper failed me. But ever since I started to do it, my old classmate Tainari's way, yelling, don't move anything, don't touch anything, if you don't already know about something, then don't ask about it, to them several times. They kind of figured what was going on and stopped bothering me with stupid questions. It was brutal, but at least I taught them to think independently. Interesting. Wait, what kind of flowers are these? Parisara? Yeah, Parisara. Oh, a forest ranger. Hi there, Zod. An unusual floral fragrance permeates the air. I really would love to stay a little longer. And you are? I'm a forest ranger of the Avidia Forest. I'm in charge of liaison between the forest rangers and Pardes Di. We send regular reports on the ecological situation in Avidia Forest to Pardes Di, and Pardes Di provides us with all kinds of assistance. For example, we recently received quite a bit of seeds and nutrients that Pardes Di supplied for free. The forest rangers are in charge of selecting suitable planting areas or distributing the seeds to the nearby villagers, so that we could all add a little more green to the rainforest. Interesting. Oh! Oh, viewpoint that we haven't got yet, and a teleport over there. Neat. The Garden of Deep Thought added to the archive. Oh, that looks pretty. Any other NPCs to have a little chit chat to? Oh gosh, quite a few. I asked Mr. Hazam about my term paper and got just a glare from him again. Was it the same question you asked him about last time? Yeah, I've adjusted the lighting conditions, but I still can't get the desired outcome. When I asked him, he just said something like, "You've ran too far. You should go back and check." But as I've confirmed over and over again, the original idea couldn't meet the requirements on the fruit's sweetness. I think you might have misunderstood. Is it possible that there's something wrong with your projections? Are you saying it was all wrong from the start? That very well could be. Any goodies here? Any coins in this fountain? No? Okay. Oh, an ermite. Shaheen. People are really bad at keeping a conversation going. So lame. Hello. Oh, hello. I rarely meet anyone here who would start a conversation with me. Great hero, where are you from? What are you doing here? I'm not making this up. The people in this garden are so boring. All they ever say to a question is, I don't know, I'm not sure, and stop asking about it. I expected working away from the city to be fun, but accepting work in the city with the core of 30 seems much better now. About the core of 30. They're the biggest group of the Ermites in Sumeru, and they mainly focus on work in Sumeru City. Even the colour of their clothes isn't the same as ours. They look so much more stylish. I don't know why they're called the core of 30. I've seen far more of them than that. Maybe it's because they frequently collaborate with the academia and that air of seriousness is rubbed off on them. So, I don't really like them. What's the point of saying all that? Aren't I working for the academia too? Luckily, I'm not anywhere near the sages, so I have a little more freedom. Sounds like as if that type of working environment is quite suffocating. Also, was there a shiny? Shiny? Oh, it was in there. Okay, so probably more Padisara. Anyway, Asami? That mercenary shouldn't be a bad person, right? This place is just full of plants, so there's nothing worth taking for him. Which mercenary? Oh, I was talking about Mr. Shaheen who guards the place. I've never seen such an inquisitive person in the Ermites. I always thought the Ermites were a group of reserved brutes, but I was gravely mistaken. I have nothing against friendly people, but he keeps talking about what's being done here and what's being stored there. It overwhelms me a little. It's maybe because he looks so curious, so he doesn't seem like he's scheming something, and I can't bother Matra for just a few questions of his. So I have to deal with him as best as I can. Okay. One more wee batch of text. This is Paristai, a research site for Emerta. You can meet researchers studying topics like plants, shroomkin, and even insects here. Oh, entomology, eh? I'm all about that. They're mostly researchers and students of the academia, and some are close collaborators of Paristai. For example, a forest watcher of Gandharvaville used to spend all his time here while he was studying. Even if he has left the academia now, he still comes here often to conduct research. His research findings are very precious, so Paristai is willing to assist the forest rangers in their work too. Call it a mutually beneficial cooperation. Interesting, interesting. But now, more on the entomologist topic. I was originally going to become one of those, but I kind of just fell off of it for some time. I still like research about it now and then, but it's just one of those things that I have short-term memories, so remembering all the scientific names for invertebrates would be very difficult for me at times, and it was something that I struggled with. Plus, at the time when I was studying to become one, there really wasn't much information about it in my area, or at least with the sources that I could find, so it kind of didn't really help, but I digress. I still do appreciate the work that entomologists do and what have you though. And of course, people who work in similar fields. It's all interesting stuff. But okie dokes, so many resumes are sent in every day, only for me to find none that can be used. What's the point? You mean... The academia welcomes talent from all walks of life. After all, the talented are best known by the want of them. But some co-workers of mine are rash to recommend everyone. My desk is now inundated with piles of resumes. With all due respect, most of them are just garbage. The more imbeciles we take in, the more stupid things we have to deal with every day. It frets our efficiency. I don't know what's on their mind. Not even one can be used? I'm not saying that there's not a single capable candidate, but it's so rare. As for students who graduate from the academia, they may not have working experience, but they have developed good research habits and attitude in years of study. We should give our own students more chances instead of recruiting untrustworthy outsiders of fake reputations. Cool. Right, is there any shiny things here? Oh, Parisara. I wonder which character would use this for essential material. Mayhaps Nilo, when she's available at some point. Honestly, with the type of characters that have been revealed for Sumeru so far, it is going to be a bit of a tough cookie as to decide for who to go for. I mean, one of the obvious ones, of course, is the Dendro Archon, because, well, why not, right? I'm really interested in Dendro as an element, and pretty much getting what is going to be the representative of that seems like a big sell for me to go for. But other than that, I don't know. Tignari is someone that I'm very much interested in, but he's also going to be in the standard banner. And while I know there is the usual snippet of, well, you might never get him, or it might take years to get him, and trust me, I know about that. It took me 2 years, well, almost 2 years to get a singular Mona, right? So, yeah. Sometimes that often can happen. Also, I'm just following the silly because I'm actually curious where it's going to go. I know, we're getting a little bit waylaid here, but... Hey, listen. 5 Primo Gems, 2 Primo Gems. A Primo Gem is a Primo Gem. I think it's just 2. Well...
Easy money.
I mean, it was quite literally easy money, huh? Okie dogs, I guess we just can't keep pressing onwards to Port Ormos. I mean, this is why I did change to this setup, just for a bit more ground mobility. Oh, hey! Assistant Mage, bye-bye! I don't want to deal with you right now. Oh, look, the Fatui, man, G-Walkers. I'm so shocked that they're here. Oh, is that a chest? Sure, why not? Although I don't normally use double animal. So weird to me. In combat, I mean. But to be fair, it's not like any of these things are threatening whatsoever.
Let me open it.
Robust fungal nucleus. I wonder who uses these for ascension or talents, I mean. Maybe it'll be used for a weapon? Also, I may as well grab there. Ooh. Get me. Well, you could climb on the vines? Oh, that's neat. They didn't need to add collision onto them, but they did. Oh, that's a little subtle touch, huh? That is certainly appreciated. But right, let's go Yelan. Yelan taxi service. Also, one thing I noticed as well in 3.0 is that they seemingly have fixed alternative movement abilities, and it's like trying to train myself to like remember they've done that, because in case if you weren't aware, because well, some people don't use alternate sprint characters, right? They sometimes got stuck on things like these little pebbles and what have you, or stairs, or other obstacles. And well, yes, it did take them quite a bit of time to fix that spaghetti code. Honestly, I'm all for it. I really am, because like it just gets us out and about so much more conveniently. Okay, let's go to the statue actually, because that would grant us, well, the lay of the land, huh? Oh, like a group of Ermites over there. We'll ignore them for now, though. Because I kind of want to get the Statue of the Seven for now. Oh gosh, it is quite a ways away, though. Actually, if we go to Gadgets, and we equip this...
Into the wind.
Just to make the trip a bit more painless. Oh, there's even a ruined crater up there, holy moly. Look at that big chonker. Hello, big boy. I think I'll take your treasure chest because I don't think it will take too long to bedoink, right?
Gotcha. Barbados, guide us. Fire hazard.
Although I'm not really doing it with Galad's burst, but I think we'll still be fine. Oh, I am still using the Crimson Witch set for now instead of my Shimenawa's one because...
Will we find any firework materials in here?
As I was going to say, I was just faffing about with some more Burning and Virgin teams on and off. And they're still quite fun. I don't think they'll get anywhere close to Vaporize though for now. Maybe when we get certain dendros or certain team compositions figured out, but they're still very fun to play around with. But since we're quite close to Port Ormos, I'm actually going to change my party back to what I was originally going to have it. Just some kind of scuffed burning team.
Everything's ready. Let's go.
And I mean scuffed, okay?
I won't hold you back.
Because, like, it looks good on the surface. Wow, Bennett! Wow, Kazuha! The good stuff supports, but, like... it's not like burning scales with attack anyway. But at least I could start fires. And yes, I know there was that random event with the treasure hoarders, but I don't really need 10 companionship EXP for now. It would be nice to have though, but oh well. Overvalued. Also, there's a Wave Rider waypoint here? There's a fishing shop too? Oh, is this where we get this new bow that they announced? Let me see. Gosh, I'm also quite excited to have a little peek at Port Ormos too. Also, Genkyo right over here. No, don't mind if I do. Boop. Right, where's the fishing merchant? It's not you, it's over here. Hello, Lumilat. So, fishing is my Rashid. I'd like to buy some fishing supplies. Take your pick, they are all affordable. And rest assured, my friend, I have other ways to make a fortune. So, I'm guessing they require fish. Yup. Oh my gosh, it really is just called end of the line. So what does this bow even do? Energy recharge bow. Okay, so it might have some utility. Net Snapper. Triggers the Flow Rider effect after using an elemental skill, dealing 80% of attack as AoE damage upon hitting an opponent with an attack. Flow Rider will be removed after 15 seconds or after causing 3 instances of AoE damage. Only 1 instance of AoE damage can be caused every 2 seconds in this way. Flow Rider can be triggered once every 12 seconds. So it just seems like a decent good stuff bow. Nothing too standout-ish, but like, I mean, we all can't beat the catch, huh? But still, that's going to be 160 at Refinement 5, right? So that's like some extra nice damage. Plus it's an energy recharge bow. So I could definitely see it being like a useful free-to-play weapon for some. But right, this seems to be a now extinct fish. Its bow is sufficiently elastic that a string may be attached to it to let it serve as a bow. And then of course there is a new fishing rod. This archaic Sumeru fishing rod is carved like white jade, decorated with dark gold patterns, and embellished with green gems. Under its pure aesthetics, it seems to have something meaning related to life. It is said that the oldest fishing rod of Sumeru was a branch wrapped with vines, and many master anglers achieved miraculous catches with such rods. Today's fishermen also believe that such fishing rods with long histories will bring them good luck. Neat, neat. What's it called? Serendipity. Okay. Original fish ointment. This is probably the refinement material. Yep, specialized refinement material for end of the line. Ointment refined from a catch from the Great Lake in the north. It has the effect of temporarily restoring the energy of the fish that can be made into fine bows. It is said that in the lake dwell aquatic creatures that cannot be seen anywhere else in Teyvat. So kind of like, potentially like a link to the deep ocean. Fishing line stabilizer? Oh, this is very easy to get. Man, if only I saw it some Medaka, but let's see. A self-adaptive tension stabilizer that can be installed on a fishing rod to facilitate fishing. The device can automatically detect and record how hard different fish struggle. The more data it collects, the better the stabilizer works. Oh, so this is just something to make it much more convenient to fish? Okay. The device's prototype was the pointless invention of a Fontaine inventor that drew little interest for the longest time until the Fontaine Fishing Association discovered it and modified the product into the fishing line stabilizer used today. When the device first came out, it was most warmly received by the association members, and now it has gradually been promoted to other regions. It is an exceptionally hot commodity in the SNES 9 market. Word is that one of the Lord Harbingers is particularly fond of the product, which explains that, wow, I wonder, who is into that? Is it perhaps Child, aka Tartaglia, aka Ajax? You know, our lovable Hydro Harbinger? Mayhaps, mayhaps. Alright. Oh, and this is like a housing item, right? Yep. And then Sugar Do Bait. Oh, this is probably going to be bait used to get stuff in Sumeru. Okay. Coolio, coolio. Alright, there was another NPC over here, so what say you, Kavan? Life by the sea is relaxing, but there are still occasional dangers that should be treated with caution. Dangers by the sea. The shores of Sumeru are fraught with sea monster attacks, which often affect residents and fishermen who live along the coast and disrupt the merchant ships. Fortunately, we're all familiar with the situation at sea and know how to protect ourselves. Plus, with the Eremites' assistance, there haven't been any major casualties. The Academia's researchers have gradually come here too, to investigate the pattern of the sea monster attacks, thus improving the effectiveness of our defense. But just because the situation has improved doesn't mean we can let our guard down. We must always watch out when near the sea and follow the instructions in case of an emergency. Okay. But also sea monster attacks. You know, we haven't really seen like aquatic life outside of fish too often, right? I mean, I guess there was some fish shops in Kanomiya, but like they don't attack you specifically from the water. Like, if I was to swim here, there wouldn't be something that attacks me, you know? But it would be kind of neat if we had some enemies like that, huh? Anyway. What is a Rashid? It means the right path for calling. That's Rashid. It's an expression they use back in my hometown, and also a part of my name. I believe everything has its Rashid. I'm drawn to fishing, and the fish are drawn to me. Have you found your own Rashid? Who knows? Anyway, who are you again? I'm Lumonat bint Atif Abu Rashid, a fisher here in Sumeru. I might be good at fishing, but I was actually born in the desert. There are oases out there, sure, but we hardly ever see any fish. I didn't even know what a fish was when I was a kid. It was not until I came to the harbour that I realised I was so good at fishing. I could earn in 1 year what other people make in 3. I doubt it'll be long now before I can bring my parents here to live with me. This is my Rashid. Cool. Anyway, Wave Rider! Oh, there's a time trial there, don't tempt me, but no. Listen, we've been getting distracted quite a bit, right? But I mean, I just love this world design for Sumeru though, because it's like, it's just so vibrant and green. Like, I know Mondstadt was, but it was like a bit more of like a calm or flat plain kind of deal. Like, there wasn't like too much elevation to it. And obviously, well, it wasn't a rainforest, right? But I'm really curious about the desert area as well here. When we're allowed to go to it, because I don't think it's quite released yet, judging by what we've seen on the world map. Also, hello, Psalm. Oh, let's try one more time. Kuta, listen to me. Sets. Remember what a sumpter beast is? A large, rotund creature. Wolf! And do you remember how many sumpter beasts we have? Wolf. Wrong again, I told you to include the cubs that were born last month. Wags tail. It's no use yet wagging your tail at me. Wrong answers will get you no treats. Okay. At least there's been an improvement since last time. I'll give you a little. I envy you sometimes. Your only job every day is running around the sumpter beasts. Life is so easy for you. Unlike mine, I work day and night to keep these sumpter beasts. And whatever profit I manage to make barely covers the loss from those that run away. Okie dokes. Let's see if we can get to the port now. Even if an NPC appears, I will not get distracted. No, Durgar! I want to only see the port with my own eyes! Oh, this place is awfully cozy, huh?
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all. Did you know that...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what Dia told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds. Ooh. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. But other than that, we don't have much else to go on.
Yeah, it's just we heard the news and that's about it.
Osfun told us to try posing as academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're academia students and asking about the stolen item?
Figuring that out could be crucial for the rest of our investigation here.
Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask around and see what we come up with.
Also, this music bops. Like, holy moly, it's so energetic. I love it. Right, give me that teleporter. Oh, Shiam, you're the sheriff. Need any help? I was elected by the local residents. I'm sort of a sheriff. They probably called me in to keep order because I used to be a mercenary in the Eremites. I've done many jobs for them. I am indeed up to task, so if you need help, go ahead and ask. But if you want to cause any trouble on my watch, you better think twice. Okay. Anyway, hello there, Elham.
Welcome. Welcome. How can I help you two?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question. Do students from the academia ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to cut loose a little.
Ah, just let loose all that tension, huh?
Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the academia have it even harder. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos, so students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia. Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia.
They look pretty serious.
They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago.
Well, they ain't really doing the act of chillaxing, huh?
If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
Eavesdrop on the Academia students' conversation.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ein El Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 Mora, they'll give you info on anything.
Dang, if only I had 500,000 spare, maybe we'd actually get a lead on Kusanali, huh?
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess we might as well give up on trying to graduate this way.
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research? And shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. Is knowledge something people just buy and sell like that?
Well, whatever stole... Yeah, I mean, that is a point. It probably is just some kind of, like, information, huh? Like, again, it seems like the more knowledgeable you are in this nation, which I know is very obvious because street smarts also help in the real world, right? The more valuable you are, but the Akasha only teaches you so much based on the type of profession that you are or your position in society, right? So the more knowledge you have, the more valuable you are, and the more knowledge you can keep accruing from the Akasha, right? So it becomes like this kind of like feedback loop, right? At least that's what I'm getting from this, but whatever was stolen from the Academia was also related to knowledge.
So, what's our plan?
Let's go to Jafar Tavern.
Wait! Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind?
Reliable information is worth the price. Nah, I won't let them be easy if it turns out to be a scam.
Oh, alright. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of mora. But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
I hope it actually doesn't cost me 500 grand. I don't have that kind of more on me right now. Oh gosh. Well, let's have a little geek at the tavern. Maybe we'll find some new faces too. Gosh, I just love how energetic and bombastic this beam is. Ah! I would love to listen to this theme, like, independently. Man. Genshin with the bops, though, huh? Well, let's try and get this teleportation point as well, because, hey, convenience is also very nice to have, huh? There we go. Whoop. I want to place Collie for now. There we go. So, how do we even get to the tavern? And why was I on some people's ceilings? Or rather, rooftops, let me rephrase. Maybe this way? Oh, what are you about? Oh. Oh, is this for the event?
Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things, not to mention all the tasty food. Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up to its name. Look at all the merchants, and everyone seems excited just to be here.
Not everyone, I'm sure.
How did things end up like this?
All thanks to your artistic license. That's how. I should have made you wait until we got an update from Tanja.
But when I finished the prototype Aranara yesterday, you agreed that the kids would like it. That's why we tried bringing it out for a test run today.
Well, I never thought they'd dislike it so much.
Oh, what should we do?
There we go. They sound distinctly less than excited. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Compared to everyone else, they seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on. Hey there! Paimon's name is Paimon, and she's a traveler who was just passing by. Is there something bothering you?
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Welcome to Akara Crafts, the best toy store in Port Ormos. At least for now.
Have you heard of Mr. Cyclops? I hear it's pretty trendy around in Lewa.
What's bothering us is this prototype Aranara. To start with, could I get your opinion on it?
It kinda looks pathetic, for a lack of a better term.
Prototype Aranara? You mean this wood carving here? Looks like a mushroom monster to Paimon.
It just kinda looks miserable, eh? Like it doesn't want to be here.
Oh, there we have it. The verdict is in. What a headache.
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
So, what exactly is a prototype Aranara?
So for context, Aranara are magical creatures in Sumeru fairy tales that live in the forest. For the store's 20th anniversary, we plan to release a series of hand-carved toys based on the Aranara stories that kids know and love. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. But when we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what we'd anticipated.
Oh, I can imagine so.
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe it, though. And I'm also not very good with kids. Maybe you could ask them for yourselves.
This is not an Aranara. No way. I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the Ill Little Fungus. It says that Aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy. The carving looks nothing like that.
Ah, they have to be little chubsters, huh?
Toys do look better when they're round and chubby.
Especially when they're soft and squeezable, huh? Just like a little plush.
Uncle Tonder said in Aranara's vow that you can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. This carving makes me feel lost and confused inside. I don't think the creator put his heart into it at all. It's nothing like an Aranara.
Dang. These youngins are putting this poor wee carving on blast.
Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh? Oh, sounds like one of those things that's easier said than understood.
Cassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's kind of pitiful in a cute way.
Oh, a positive review!
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me, if it wasn't meant to be a Nara.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Yeah, and they weren't really on the positive angle.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all?
I'm starting to understand how you feel.
Oh, this is such a shame. Why isn't Tanger back from Gandharvaville yet?
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanger too. Who is he exactly?
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author here in Port Ormos. He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. Just like our prototype Aranara.
Dang, Zero Hats. How can you all call yourselves a good toy store?
But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something. And suddenly the children loved every one of his stories.
Oh, never mind. He just ended up having a big old light bulb stuck in his skull. Gotcha.
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories too. The whole reason we decided to make these carvings was because we saw just how popular the Aranara are among children. We asked Tanja for guidance, but right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. They haven't returned yet. We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an Aranara based on our own imaginations. As you can see, this was the result.
Yeah, that wee sad little thing over there, huh?
Oh, we have to do something.
I know, let's make you play an event.
Hey, since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and look for Tanger in Gandharvaville, he doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just ask him to write down his suggestions and bring his notes back to us, if you could.
Man, putting me on a fetch quest, huh?
Please, if only to put a smile on the children's faces. And, of course, you'll be well compensated for doing us the favor.
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. And also for our reward.
Oh, but of course for the reward, huh?
Yay! Rewards!
Man. But right, I don't think that has anything to do with the main story quest. Yeah, that is purely the event, right? Let me just see.
Tanjo takes his son with him everywhere he goes. The two of them are very close. Maybe that's why he was able to come up with such great stories. Anyway, we're counting on you. Please find Tanjo for us.
Let's double check. Events, I mean. I don't know if that's anything to do with it. Is it? There's a shop named Akara Crafts. One can hear the many sighs of craftsmen within. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Because I was wondering why it just popped out of the blue and was a voice scene and everything. It's like, okay. It's just a nice wee event. Gotcha, gotcha. But we can always do that at a later date, because it does have quite a bit of time left on it. So, yeah, let's just have a little peek over here.
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the group they meant.
Oh gosh, it just automatically made me sit down? Okay.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we reclaim the power of the Scarlet King, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
Scarlet King this, Scarlet King that. Oh, are you gonna make an expansion called Wrath of the Scarlet King or something?
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of more this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick mora?
And y'all might just be a bunch of fanatics.
Yeah, with Boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is the Scarlet King, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
You know, just a bunch of cultists. Why not?
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Greater Lord Rukadavata? A traitor?
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
But she's revered amongst the masses, unless if there's an ugly truth beneath it. Get some information from the Ermites. Okay, Taruk.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want?
I'm a student from the academia.
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos?
I'm looking for info about a certain something.
Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Hand him 50 Bora.
Huh? What is this, some kind of joke?
Oh! Sorry! She must have grabbed the wrong amount! Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Hand him 500,000 Bora. I don't have that much!
Oh, Paimon can't stand to see so much more go. But there's no other choice right now.
There goes all my savings!
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
I just have one more question.
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now. We're actually interested to know more because we're, archaeology students!
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of the Scarlet King. Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. The Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
Interesting. Now, is this a true tale or one that's just been twisted to sound as such?
So, you mean the traitor was...
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. The Scarlet King isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together.
Man, you must have stood in front of a mirror to come up with those lines, huh?
If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King.
But I'm more scared about you just cringing at yourself at times. Like, he's just... I mean, I don't know. Like, would I ever want to ruin it for the guy just by, like, you know, you might just be saying some cuckoo stuff. Like, the Scarlet King might have never been real for all we know, right? Like, this could all just be some kind of thing made up to start a new religion, for all we know, right? Because sometimes the truth can be banned. But anyway, the Scarlet King is returning.
I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Oh, Alhaitham, hello there.
Huh?
You again? Deranged Academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you.
Oh my gosh, he's so handsome. He looks so dashing in that sultry voice. I'm all for it.
Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
So yeah, it was just a scam.
Hey! Shut it, Alhaitham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this, hmm?
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the Academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Teyvat.
I mean, yeah, there was the Archon War, huh? Also, he's got Dedrofish, and hey. That's neat.
If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Says a Scarlet King devotee, huh?
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Hey, I'll take that 500 grand back. I didn't even have 500,000 grand. If it adds it to my purse, though, I'm all for it.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Emirites running too!
This guy knows his way around this place. All these street smarts, huh? With a capital S to emphasize it.
Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask some questions. He went that way! After him!
Nah, not yet. Maybe next time. But holy moly, though. He's so attractive. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about what characters to roll for. Maybe he's on the list. Who knows? Nah, but seriously, though. I'll have to wait and see how things pan out for Sumeru as a whole to decide on who to go for. And of course, there's always this little thing called the timing of banners, huh? But I digress. So, anyway, folks, I think this shall be our ending point. So, thank you all for watching this episode of Genshin Impact, and I'll see you all next time as we continue our journey through Teyvat. Ta-ta for now.